Miami full of booze? That's not how they're living in Miami as they spoiled his return. There he is arriving in the arena. Things going well. He's joking around with Terry Rozier. And how was he received by the Miami faithful? Well, take a listen. Steve Kerr was asked how they took him in. He said, look, Miami's a great place to live. People don't get too amped up. They're living the good life. Okay, so when you're living the good life, you don't boo. And Jimmy Butler hits floaters for bucket back. But he'd struggle from here. Watch this. Draymond down to Butler. Khalil Ware there to reject it. Not good. And then Butler inside. Can you get the jumper to go? I don't think so. First half, Warriors down 13. Butler trying to get the tip in to go. Not going to happen. Only had 2 in the first half. 11 on the night. Not good. But closing seconds of the half, Andrew Wiggins to Tyler Hero. Oh, the 3 at the buzzer. Heat finished with 20. Heat up 17 at halftime on the Warriors. No Steph in this one. Third quarter, Bam Adebayo for 3. Game high 27 for him. And the Heat just pouring it on. Later, Hero doubled. Finds Khalil Ware. Look at that play. Acrobatic and in. How about that? Heat win 112-86. Butler talking to fans after the game. And here he is talking about how it felt to be back.
I got a lot of love for the city, for the fan base here. The video was nice. I won't say that there was a lot of emotions, though. I think I went into this thing level-headed. We wanted to win the game. It didn't go the way we planned, but we were always focused on like the right now and what's to come. So I'm here as a Golden State Warrior, and I got a job to do.
All right, and the Warriors have a job to do. They're hanging on tight for the last playoff spot in the West, sitting just a half game ahead of the Clippers and the Timberwolves for the 6th seed. Steve Kerr said Tuesday that he hopes to have Steph Curry back in the lineup Friday versus the Pelicans.
All right, news off the court in Milwaukee, and off the court is where Damian Lillard's going to be for the foreseeable future. Bucks star guard diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis in his right calf. It's going to sideline him indefinitely. ESPN Shams Charania reporting the 34-year-old Bucks star is on a blood-thinning medication that has stabilized this clot. He's actually been on the meds for some time. He just met with specialists over the last several days to diagnose this blood clot. Now, the Bucks will certainly feel this absence. Milwaukee 9-13 without Lillard over the last 2 seasons. They're currently tied with the Pistons.
Is put him in fear. Sorry, LL. But, Mama, they did knock him out. Okay, really sorry, LL. Jimmy Butler coming into the arena, joking around with Terry Rozier, and here's how he was received by the Miami faithful. All that stuff about wanting out, maybe not playing a couple games, that's all in the past. Early first quarter, Butler, the floater, first bucket back in Miami, but the rest of the night would be a struggle. Second quarter, Draymond Green getting it into Butler, and not going to happen on Khalil Ware's watch. And then later, Butler, mid-range jumper, not going to happen. And then Jonathan Kuminga, the miss. Butler getting the rebound, tip in, not going to happen. 2 points in the first half, only 11 on the night. Closing seconds of the half, Tyler Hero for 3 at the buzzer. Heat finished with 20. Heat up 17 at halftime. Third quarter, Heat still up 15, and Bam Adebayo. Give it to him from downtown. Hits the 3. Game high 27 for him. Later in the third, Hero doubled. Gives it to Ware. Ware taking it in. Look at that acrobatics. Oh, nice. Heat win at 112-86. Jimmy Butler chatting up with fans afterwards. Probably not too happy about the loss.
All right, time for And One with Anscape's David Dennis Jr. So it's the second straight loss for Golden State without Steph Curry. What's the impact of this latest loss, though, David?
Well, in the short term, they go down to 305 and put out an embarrassing effort against that Miami Heat, missing the first 14 threes. The starters combined for 10 points in the first half. Alec Burks, who plays for the Heat, for those who do not know, had 11 points, outscored the entire starters in that first half. In the long term, though, you go out there without Steph Curry in Atlanta, in Miami, 2 winnable games, and you lay 2 eggs. They allowed 40 points in that first quarter in Atlanta, and then you have this effort against Miami, just unacceptable. And the big problem here is that you had two real chances to create some distance from that play-in, from the Clippers and the Timberwolves with those games, and you lose both of them. Now you're bringing Stephen Curry back from an injury when he probably could have used a little bit more rest, and reminding everybody that this team is the worst offense in the league when Steph Curry doesn't play, and they're sixth when he is there. So now they're calling on him to come and save the day once again.
Steve Kerr did say he hopes Curry is back in the lineup Friday against the Pelicans. Need you to be careful on this second question, okay? The Bucks announced that Dame Lillard is out indefinitely. He's got a blood clot in his right calf. He's on a blood-thinning medication that's helped stabilize the clot. What was the one, this is the be careful part, what was the one non-four-letter word that you used when you heard that news?
Yeah, we're going to go with sad. Let's just stick with sad when I heard that. Just like we talked about with Wemby, this is a concerning thing. And the difference here is that Wemby's at the beginning of his career. He has so much time ahead of him. Dame doesn't have so many years to try to get to that championship. So this is a sad sort of ending to this season. And big picture, if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, if you're the fans, if you're Giannis, you have to think about the fact that in 2021, they win a championship. The next year, Middleton hurts his MCL by slipping. The year after that, Giannis falls on Kevin Love and hurts his back. The next year, he has a calf strain, and now you have Dame Lillard with his blood clot. You have 2 years of Giannis and Dame and 0 chances to see them play together in the playoffs. This team has never gotten a real crack at trying to win another championship since they won the last one. It's just unfortunate. Yeah. All the way around. But, of course, big picture, you have to make sure that Dame Lillard is healthy and can come back at some point.
They'll always have the 2021 season, but you're right. The what if could drive them crazy in Milwaukee. That's David Dennis Jr. on SportsCenter. Thank you, sir.
The Thunder and Kings, Oklahoma City looking for a 7th straight win and number 60 on the season. Pick it up first quarter, Thunder up 3. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Double team doesn't matter. Go right down the lane and finish with a dunk. Thunder up 10 after 1. Second quarter now. Gilgeous-Alexander, again, just blown by the defense. I mean, it's like he sticks his face in ice water to start his day. Thunder up 58-37. Less than a minute to go in the half. Thunder up 21. Gilgeous-Alexander for 3. 18 points in the first half on 6 of 10 shooting. Thunder up 22 at the break. Third quarter. Thunder up 6. Gilgeous-Alexander just getting there. 11 more in the third. Thunder up 89-81 after 3. Fourth quarter, Isaiah Joe. He was 4 for 6 from 3, had 14 off the bench. Oklahoma City, 19 of 32 as a team from 3. Later in the fourth, Gilgeous-Alexander putting it away. I mean, double teams just don't matter. Rotations too late. 32.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 in a row for OKC, and 14 of 15.
In case you missed the top of the show, where were you? Jimmy Butler returned to Miami as the Warriors visited the Heat. No Steph Curry. Still out with that pelvic contusion. Jimmy Butler, there he is. Butler saying hi to his former teammate Kevin Love. Butler also received mixed reactions from the crowd after his welcome back. He made it a positive. Early first, Jimmy Butler under the hoop. Bam Adebayo beats Draymond Green and then dunks it, and Butler doesn't get there in time. But what a play by Adebayo at 27 points, and he welcomed Butler back to Miami in style. Second quarter, Warriors down 6. Draymond Green, good pass down low for Butler, but he's rejected by Khalil Ware. A fantastic block from Ware. Warriors now trail big time. Haywood Highsmith, a lob up to Ware, and Butler is just watching. Butler, a disappointing 11.6 rebounds in his return as the Warriors get blown out by Miami, 112-86. Three-time champ, NBA analyst Danny Green joins us now on SportsCenter. And Danny, you are no stranger to facing an old team.
Yeah.
Which brings us to you-know-who. Obviously, this is not the return to Miami that Jimmy Butler would have hoped for. What did you make of all of it?
I mean, none of us expected it because we've seen time and time again how Jimmy can turn it on, and playoff Jimmy comes alive. But this is the normalcy for human, like normal players. You know, you go back to your old stomping grounds and you get kind of kicked around a little bit. Sometimes you'll play great, it goes 50-50. Like, you'll play really great or you'll play really bad. Last I remember when me and Kawhi went back to San Antonio, He was booed. I was cheered, so I'm thankful for that. But it's probably some of the worst games of our career. And I think DeMar had a triple-double. So usually the home team rises up, have a lot of adrenaline, and excited for the game. And that's what happened tonight. You know, Miami gave him a nice little whooping.
They won't remember it if playoff Jimmy shows up for Golden State.
You hope not.
Scary news away from the court on Tuesday, as you know, Danny. Damian Lillard diagnosed with a blood clot in his right calf that's going to sideline him indefinitely. Now, if he is to miss significant time, how concerning is this for both the short and long scenario for the Bucks?
Well, first and foremost, I hope he's okay. I hope it's nothing serious. I've known Dame and played against him for quite some while. So individually, I hope he's okay. This is something we've seen earlier this year with Victor Wembanyama. We hope it's not that serious of a thing. But this could be a season-ending injury, or even go into next season. So they monitor if they don't monitor this correctly. Hopefully they do monitor it correctly, and that he comes back sooner than later. But if he's out, this is the end of the Bucks season. This is a big, huge blow for the organization. They won't be able to be a championship contender or have those aspirations this summer or this postseason, and obviously next postseason. And looking at that, looking at the bigger picture, the grand scheme of things, what happens with Giannis? Does he stay? Does he try to leave? So this is a huge blow, and this is something that can affect the bigger picture of the organization long term. Yeah, nobody feels worse than Damian Lillard right now, of course, but health first for him. We wish you the best, Dame. Bucks traveling to Denver Wednesday night. Danny Green, thanks for your perspective.